Hi friends! Welcome back. I'm so glad you're here and I'm so glad you clicked on today's video. I'm so excited because in today's video we are doing our first cozy fall reading vlog of the fall season. These are my favorite videos to film on my channel aside from bookstore vlogs. You guys know bookstore vlogs will always hold a very special place in my heart. I try to read at least one whole book in every one of these videos and then we talk about it, we review it, all that fun stuff. And then I also try and incorporate some of my other favorite hobbies into these videos. We usually do some coloring, some video games, TV, movies. I have been getting into baking again. I feel like baking is probably one of my favorite hobbies in the fall. It's just so cozy and I feel like it's also just so satisfying to create something from scratch. Last year I ended up baking a lot of new things. We did pretzels, I did these like raspberry cookies, we've done pies, muffins, all that fun stuff. So I'm really excited to kind of get back into that this fall. I'm all ready for a cozy day in my cute little Fabletics set. I've been loving these year-round Harry sets though. They are so soft and cozy. They're really perfect for those crisp fall days. I actually have another one of these sets in their dark twill dye color and I am not kidding you when I tell you I've literally been living in both of these sets because they are just so perfect and cozy for those days in, especially with baby girl. They're comfy and cozy lounge sets to wear home, but they're also super cute to wear out and about. I love wearing them to run errands and stuff like that. I love Fabletics though because they have such a fun wide range of activewear and lounge sets to choose from, and I feel like with their VIP membership the savings are just unbeatable. If you sign up now you can get an unreal offer of 80% off your first order, but the perks don't end there. VIP prices are up to 50% off retail, plus there are even more savings with special VIP only monthly sales. Their membership is also very flexible, which I love. You're able to skip any month between the 1st and the 5th to avoid that $60 charge while still enjoying the VIP perks and sales access. And if you choose not to skip, your $60 credit unlocks incredible deals like getting a cutie 2-piece set for just $60. But I don't just use Fabletics for their cozy lounge sets. I also am obsessed with their leggings. I am definitely guilty of buying too many leggings from Fabletics. The leggings I've been wearing a lot lately though are their Cloud Jersey fold over flare leggings. These are so cute for the fall time. Fabletics leggings are just my favorite in general though. They have such a wide variety and not to mention they are so buttery soft. They also offer sweat wicking fabrics, which is perfect for those workouts. And then I also like that there's hidden pockets and UPF protection. There's new drops every month. There's a variety of styles for everyone, and on top of it you really can't beat their VIP membership pricing. I truly can't recommend Fabletics enough though. The quality is just a match. You can use the link in my description box to take a 30-second style quiz and unlock 80% off your first order. But thank you so much to Fabletics for sponsoring today's video, and without further ado, let's hop in to our cozy fall reading vlog. Okay friends, to start off our cozy reading vlog, I thought we would jump into one of my most highly anticipated reads of 2025, which is Accomplice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. This is book 3 in the Assistant to the Villain universe, and I cannot stress enough how excited I am to jump into this book. It actually came out in the beginning of August, I want to say, but I just never got around to reading it. But now we finally are able to, and I am so very excited. If you have not read these books yet, you need to read them. It's as simple as that. This whole series so far has literally taken over my entire life. I am obsessed with these characters, this world, this storyline. Book 1 is Assistant to the Villain, and the story is all about Evie Sage, who is the assistant to our villain Tristan. Her whole story in book 1 is so fascinating to me because they live in a kingdom where there's this sickness going around, and Evie's dad has actually gotten sick, so she is trying to find work as soon as she can so she can start supporting him and, you know, being able to afford help for him. That is basically how her search kind of begins for work. It's very hard for Evie to find work until she ends up literally in the hands of the villain. Not even kidding, the way they meet is honestly hilarious and probably one of my favorite meet cutes, if you want to call it, I've ever read about. Essentially, Evie starts working for our villain Tristan, and we quickly find Evie kind of changing everything in the villain's life. Not on purpose, of course, but simply just being herself in this work environment is literally changing up everything for him. Evie brings in a very funny, bubbly, sunshiny personality to this workplace that is very used to being dark and quiet and fearing the villain. And that's probably one of my favorite parts about this whole series, is that while everybody is afraid of Tristan, is afraid of this villain, Evie's not. And I really just love their dynamic. I love that we kind of watch the villain open up more, and the whole storyline as a whole is so fun. There's so many side characters in this that you fall in love with. The found family trope in here is absolutely amazing. And overall, this is just a really feel-good, cozy fantasy series in my opinion. I feel like it really has the perfect mix of fantasy, action, adventure, romance, and humor. I cannot tell you guys how many times I have been literally laughing out loud reading these books, reading little interactions between Evie and the villain specifically, because the way that Evie will push his buttons, it is absolutely hysterical. I think the yearning in this series is literally to die for. I can't even stress that enough. If you love and crave yearning, this series is literally it for you, especially because it's more so of a slow burn. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of really crazy plot twists in here. I can't tell you guys enough how excited I am to jump back into this world, this universe, these characters, and kind of see what happens in this one. I am most excited for Evie and the villain. Of course, their storyline was really getting crazy in book 2, and I can only imagine what's gonna happen in this one. You really get so much from the side characters in this series as well, and their individual stories, which I think is really fun. There's a ton of dual point of views in here, and I'm just so excited, truly. One more thing I will say that I really enjoy with this series is how immersive it is. I think the way that Hannah Nicole Mayer kind of creates and writes about this world and these characters, she really makes you feel like you're in it and you're a part of the story, which I absolutely love. Anyways, that's enough of my yapping. We are gonna hop right into it, and I think I'm also gonna start making some sauce for the night. Okay friends, we are doing our first little update of the reading vlog. I have not actually made it too far in Accomplice to the Villain. I am only on page 33. Yep, page 33, chapter 7. I am just really taking my time. So far, nothing too crazy has happened, but we are getting a lot of tension between Evie and the villain. If you've read book 1 and book 2 in this series, you kind of already have an idea of what's happening in the beginning of this book, but basically there's just a lot of tension and high-strung type of moments between Evie and the villain right now. I feel like Evie is doing her normal little pushing his buttons. It's always hard for me to do reading vlogs with book series because obviously I don't want to spoil anything for those of you out there who haven't read these books yet, mainly because I truly think everyone should read these books. They are so fun. The humor, the romance, and the overall storyline of these books are just so good. I've truly never read anything like this before. I feel like the storyline is very unique and our characters are very unique, so it's always hard when I sit down to do a reading vlog around a book that I can't share too much about without spoiling it. Basically, in this book so far, we are navigating new problems and things that have kind of popped up, which is a result of a plot twist in the end of book 2. Evie is navigating a lot of emotions in the beginning of this book between the villain and between other people in the work environment. But I'm only 32 pages in. There is so much crazy stuff that's going to happen in this book. We also got a chapter from a character's POV that I was not expecting. He's just so different and unique and funny. So to get a chapter from his POV was kind of awesome. 33 pages in, not too much has happened just yet, but I'm sure we're gonna get into some really crazy stuff. I wanted to do a little book haul with you guys because I did stop at the bookstore. I was not planning on picking up any books, but there were 3 brand new releases that I did want to get when they came out, but I just didn't know they were coming out as soon as they did. Basically, 2 of these books are part of some of my favorite series and they are the next installment, so I had to pick them up. And then this other book is a special edition of a series that I have just been obsessed with and in love with since I was little. We'll start off with that one though, because it is probably one of the coolest special edition books I have ever seen. We have Twilight by Stephanie Meyer, a series that I literally grew up being obsessed with, and when I saw the special edition, I just knew it was game over. I had to get it. I think this is absolutely beautiful, especially compared to the normal book covers. The original Twilight covers are all black and they're very minimalistic, very simple, and they did actually come out with a whole new box set of those as well, which I do really like. They kept the all black covers. They went with a different design for them though, and I really like them. I was between getting the whole box set or just getting the single book. I ultimately decided to start with this just because the edition is insane. Easily one of the prettiest editions I will ever own. This is the front cover. I just love the colors. I love that it's this pretty green, and then we have all the pretty flowers. It reminds me of the scene in the movie when they're laying in the field of flowers just talking. And then on the back we have a cute little quote, which I absolutely love. It says, "Twilight again, another ending. No matter how perfect the day is, it always has to end." When you open it up, there's a pretty pink pattern, and then we also have some gold pages in here, but what's inside is the best part. When you flip the pages one way, you get Edward, and then when you flip them the opposite way, you get Bella. And this is easily one of the coolest things I've ever seen a book do. I've never seen this before where the pages make images, and I just thought that was so crazy. We have Twilight. This I just had to jump on, and it definitely is going to be on my October TBR because I feel like it's the best time of year to read Twilight. It's vampires, werewolves, romance. It takes place in Forks, Washington, which just fits with the fall vibes and aesthetic. First book we have is Twilight. Then we have another special edition that I had no idea was coming out as soon as it did, and I thought originally it was going to be on just a normal paperback book. Nope, it's a gorgeous special edition. We have Lightlark, the Dueling Crowns edition. This is basically 2 novellas in one book. One of them is told from Auro's point of view and the other is told from Grimm's point of view. This is a gorgeous edition. I am in shock with how beautiful it is. I love that when you flip it, it changes characters. We have some gorgeous printed edges, and then the inside artwork, I'm unwell. Look how beautiful. Auro, of course, also has his own artwork with Isla. I think this is absolutely lovely. I think the character art for Lightlark is probably some of my favorite I've ever seen for a series. I think they just look so beautiful. If you have never heard of it before, it is such a fun fun fantasy series. Definitely a super easygoing one in my opinion. If you're just getting into fantasy, if you're just getting into romantasy, the Light Lark series is super easy to follow and keep up with. It's very addicting and I just love it so much. It's a really fun high stakes series. The romance in it is unmatched. Also going on my October TBR, by the way. And then last but not least, we have Holly by Adeline Grace. This is a belladonna novella, another one of my favorite series. If you've been around, you guys know I love the belladonna series. It is basically a gothic romantasy series, which originally when I had started the first book, which is belladonna, I did not think I was gonna like that book, mainly because of the gothic vibes. It's just something that I never really read before, but also I just never thought I'd really enjoy it personally. But I ended up loving it so much. Our main character in it is Signa, and she basically can interact with ghosts and she can also communicate with death. So she basically knows when someone's time is up on earth, and it is such a crazy story. I literally have never read anything like it. The romance in it is amazing, but there's also like a mystery aspect to it, which I really like. You're trying to figure out who's trying to poison people in the manor that belladonna is staying in, and it is such a crazy storyline, but I absolutely could not recommend it enough, especially during the fall season. I feel like the vibes are just perfect. Anyways, we have Holly though. It's a belladonna novella, and basically it's bringing back all of our characters from the belladonna series, and I think it's supposed to be like a holiday novella, and Blythe is actually throwing a holiday party in it, and I guess we just kind of see all our favorite characters come back. I'm sure there's going to be some crazy little mystery we have to figure out in here. I am so excited to just jump back into this world. I love these characters. I feel like Adeline Grace does such a good job at making you feel like you know these characters, like they feel so real. But I'm so excited for this, and also this is another beautiful special edition. The hardcover is absolutely stunning. Look at the design of this. I feel like it just screams holiday time. We have gorgeous artwork all around. We also have some beautiful character artwork, which I am of course living for. And then in the back we have some more. I'm not going to tell you who's who, because if you haven't read this series yet, you just need to. I am so excited to jump into this. Even though it is more of a holiday book, I am putting it on my October TBR. I've actually thought about maybe rereading this series during the fall time because it is such a fun one. It's probably one of the few series I would actually want to pick up and reread. I feel like the way that Adeline Grace balances the mystery but also the romance and the found family in it, she does such a beautiful job with it, and I also love her writing style. This is the third book I picked up from Barnes & Noble. I had no idea this was even coming out yet, so very excited to have this in my hands. These are the 3 books I ended up picking up today though. I am so excited for all of these. I literally can't stop talking about them because I also don't know which one I want to read first. We are going to continue on Accomplice to the Villain and hopefully kind of see it pick up a little bit. I do feel like it's a little slow right now, but we're only like 30 pages in, so of course there's nothing crazy happening yet. I think what we're gonna do though first is throw some cookies in the oven. I picked up a new pack today and they're like s'mores flavored, which I feel like sounds really good but could end up not tasting that good, so I thought we would try those out. And while those are baking, I'm actually going to switch over our bedding in our bedroom to our fall bedding because I just got a new duvet cover and I am so excited to put it on the bed. So we're going to do that and then jump back into the book. The fall bedding turned out so much better than I could have imagined. I was really skeptical because I did get it off Amazon, but now having it on our bed and laying on it, guys, it's so comfy. I don't even want to get up right now. There's only like a few more things that I really have to decorate here at home for fall time. I do want to get some fall garland for our kitchen. I have the coolest decoration and I totally forgot I had them until I was cleaning out my closet. Last year for Christmas, Chris's mom got us these floating candles candles that are basically inspired by Harry Potter, and I am so excited to finally use them. I don't know where she got them from exactly, but they are so cool, and I started putting batteries in them earlier, but I only had like 10 or 12 batteries, so I have to pick up more tomorrow. But look how cool this is, and it came with a wand to light the candles up. My favorite one so far is the candle setting. I don't know if you can tell, but it's basically like dimming in and out like an actual candle, and I am so excited. I think we're gonna hang them up in our long hallway, but it came with twine and like these little sticky patches to just attach them to the ceiling. What a cool idea. I can't believe I forgot I had these, and I'm so happy I found them in my closet earlier, because these are just gonna be like some of the ultimate Halloween decoration. Honestly, I'm already planning on keeping them up through Christmas time because I feel like it kind of goes with Christmas. Truthfully, I could see myself keeping these up all year round because I think they are so cool, and I feel like it'd just be cool to have our hallway lit up by floating candles. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if you've never seen Harry Potter before, this is what I'm talking about. Like, how cool is that? We are gonna go check the cookies. I'm really excited because they're actually like jumbo cookies, which I didn't know they were at first. I thought we were just getting like a normal pack of 12 cookies. No, this is 6 jumbo cookies, so we are gonna go try them out. They're s'mores flavored. I feel like it could go one of two ways. Either they're gonna be amazing or they're gonna be really, really gross. And I only say that because it has marshmallow in it, and I find when you bake marshmallow into cookies, sometimes it gets really hard and chewy, and I don't always like that. So we are gonna go try them. Fingers crossed that they turned out good. We are pretty much at the end of today's little cozy reading vlog. As you can tell by my hair, this is the end of the video. I always end my videos looking crazy like this. I don't know why, but it's kind of like an ongoing trend on my channel. I did make a little bit more of a dent in Accomplice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. I made it 100 pages in, and it definitely is picking up a lot, which is making me really happy. I feel like we're definitely getting a lot more characters in this story, like a lot more POVs. I kind of don't know how I feel about that yet, just because usually I can get really confused and kind of jumbled up with all the different characters and storylines. It's really fun. I'm enjoying all the side stories and stuff like that, but sometimes I do get a little confused and jumbled up with it. So far, honestly, it's going really well. I am really excited to see where this story ends up going, because there's so many little things that I forgot that happened in book 2 that I'm kind of being reminded of now in book 3. So I'm really excited to see where things end up. I'm also really excited to see where all the side character stories end up, because there's like separate little romances going on throughout the workplace, and I'm literally obsessed with all of them. I think there's 3 ongoing ones right now. They're all so funny and unique, and I just can't wait to see what happens with all of them. I really feel like I just know these characters, I'm in their story, in their world, and it is so much fun. Humor on point, of course. There are so many jokes that have already been cracked in this book, and I can't imagine like what's to come in that department. But that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. I'm definitely going to be doing a couple more cozy fall reading vlogs on the channel this year, so stay tuned for those. We're going to be reading like a wide range of books, including the ones that I got in our book haul in this video, so definitely keep an eye out for those. And yeah, with all that being said, good. If you haven't read this series, I cannot recommend picking it up enough. It is so good and so worth your time, I promise. But I'm gonna go get some well-needed rest. I'll probably read a few more chapters of this tonight. I'm also going to be updating you guys on this book. Stay tuned for like a future themed reading vlog because I do plan on finishing this book up on the channel. I just decided last second that I really wanted to put it in a specific reading vlog, so stay tuned, coming soon. But I love you guys so very much, and I'll see you in the next video.